What's your topic?
My topic today comes from Twitter. If you have a topic for me, please tweet at Nick_Scarpino with GOG topic in your tweet, just like
a hashtag?
Every week it changes, and I love it.
it's fine. Just tell me it's a topic for Christ's sake, or just ask me questions about Taco Bell. Like Danica
Patrick? She's hot off the set of her newest...
Patrick 1.
Oh.
California Patrick 1. Says, at Nick Scarpino, guys, what would you do if you woke up one day in Portillo's body? Also, how would you make other people believe that it was you in that body?
So we wake up as this wiener.
You're just this guy right here.
We just wake up as this guy.
Oh my god, I'd freak out. I'd freak out.
You got a floor view of everything.
Yeah.
Is
Portillo in our bodies? Because that's the more terrifying.
Oh my god.
Well, what's crazy about that, Greg, is I don't know that we'd actually notice in your case, but for the rest of you just be
Can you
eating things
imagine
constantly.
that? If just Portillo...
He would constantly want to be on your lap. He would never be able to shake that. Greg weighs like
He would be
deuce and a half.
just running around the house, but he'd be running on all fours, smashing into shit.
Yeah, whenever a car goes by. Sorry.
What would you do? I would freak out at first.
God.
Yeah, of course you would.
I would freak out. I would probably go stir crazy because I wouldn't be able to get out of the room. You always lock him in the room. He's always in there. His little paw can't get. I would know how the door opens, but I would have to try to figure out some sort of like contraption that could get me up to it so I could grab the little thing with my paws.
It's like I am bread.
Open it up. Exactly. Then I would probably, in order to tell everyone who I was, I would take kibble out of my bowl.
This is a good plan.
I would spell I am Nick. And I would just wait for Tim. You wouldn't believe it. You would be like, I don't know what the hell this thing is.
He would just do the normal thing where you're like, come on, man, and he'd kick it back towards the wall.
Kick it back to the wall. And you get pissed off but you secretly love this dog. I've seen it. I've seen it sometimes when no one's looking. You're like, you cuddle with him.
He loves the dog.
But if it were in front of other people, you would be like, no, and you would kick it aside. You're oblivious to it. At this point, you're
like
numb
right
and you're
now,
dead.
if you're my dog, I'm not going to be able to see something's wrong with Portillo. This dog had a fucking lump on his face. I got it immediately.
I think that maybe you would, if there was some fluke accident where a Smash controller fell onto the floor and I started playing its pit, you'd be like, it's Nick. I know that's only
true.
Nick would stand on the corner on the right side of the frame
arrows.
and just
Portillo just keeps hitting B.
I wonder why. And Nick's been acting so strange. And Nick's just curled up on the floor, squeaking toys. Yeah, I think I would put it together. I think you see. What you're describing is we wake up and everybody's gone. We're locked in the room.
Mm-hmm.
I'm Portillo in the room or whatever. I would freak out, sure. I would chill for a second. I try to talk. I can't. I'm just barking, I assume. That's how that goes. You know what I mean? And then, yeah, like you're saying, there's nowhere to go. There's nothing to do. He's not going to be able to, as a miniature wiener dog, you can't work the doorknobs in my room. You can't get into the bed without the stairs.
Mm-hmm.
So I would just chill, sleep for a second, see why he's always so into sleeping like that. Mm-hmm. But then when people came home, the stairs went back, da-da-da. Laptops, iPads, iPhones are always around. Run up to one of those. Do the old tap-tap-a-roo on them.
Mm-hmm.
Start
The
tapping
old
out a message.
tap-tap-a-roo.
Start tapping out the message with the paws. You jump up.
But those are some fat little,
To hit a
slobber
key,
knockers.
You're hitting two keys on these. These aren't precision
Okay,
tools.
first off, I mean, he has control over his... I know, buddy. I know.
No, he has control. Yep.
I mean,
Everything he's doing.
he has control over his paws. He could tap out a message. But like the kibble's a good move. Kibble's a good move.
I think kibble.
If you start spelling something, people know something's up.
People know you're
Is
a
that a
human
message
being.
boy?
Portillo, you're actually secretly brilliant. You know
You
English?
just should, maybe, and would you? Here's a question though. So you start making a lot of money, right? Because people are like, this dog is genius.
Now, see, that's the scary thing. What if they Zuckerman's famous pygmy and they don't actually care about what the messages say? They're just like, oh yeah.
They just want to make you do things so they can make money off.
Yeah.
You. This is
Well, I mean,
It's like a
messed up
Twilight
world.
Zone episode.
Yeah. But I mean, that's the thing. So we know at this point we know it's a Nick.
You would know.
Or
So it's
this
like-
my thing was the keypad.
So
Yeah.
it's us making. Oh yeah, it's us
Oh,
making
sure, yeah.
money off of Greg. Greg Portillo.
Well, we once you find out, I mean, well, then you got to go find whatever sorceress I pissed off.
Oh yeah.
It's not like this just happened. I clearly did something.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like, man, what would we do?
It's like instead of them
we're like,
cursing
oh,
you
this is
thinner,
Greg
like,
Portillo.
remember the movie Thinner?
No.
Instead of them cursing you thinner, they'd be like, I curse you, Portillo.
I'll be honest with you. No one remembers the movie Thinner. A and B.
First
I
off,
probably.
it's a great movie.
I probably-
They put the curse in a pie, and he thinks his cheating fucking wife's gonna eat it, and she does, but she eats it with the daughter who is cute. And I was a kid, so I can say that.
Okay.
So he kills his daughter and his cheating whore wife with the Thinner curse.
Damn cheating horse.
Damn. I would probably think heavily about just keeping you as a captive and making money off of you. Because imagine how much bigger
there
we'd
would be-
blow
You have
up.
to do your bidding though.
But no, see, there'd be a long
What's he gonna do? He's a wiener
explanation.
dog.
I could see it. You know, you're just like,
So
all right, Nick, we know it's you, but there's nothing. The sorceress has gone
We just
into the
can't
pie.
find her.
She's gone. what do you want to do? And I'd be like, or this is me, I guess now as the dog, so I'd be flipping the script. I'd be like, as long as you let me eat whatever you want, and whatever I want, let's just go make YouTube videos. We can do this. As long as you treat me like a person, I'll be all right.
So that's all you need, to be treated like a person.
I mean, like, I'm gonna make the best of a bad situation. Eventually, maybe I'll spell out and Kib will kill me, or you'll have, at this point, given me an iPad.
Man, God.
You'll give me an iPad so I can actually do something. I'll be able to tap out.
So here's what I want to know.
Yeah.
So even after we find out, that body swap happened.
Yeah. Oh,
What do you do to the original body? So do we put you in a mental institution or something?
Ooh, that's a really good one. Yeah,
You just kill it.
Well,
whoa, you're killing Portillo
we're
though.
still in the YouTube business, right?
Yeah, so if
Permanent
Greg
stream.
is
permanent stream.
Just Portillo Nick, human form. Put him in a room.
Keep a camera on that person.
Yeah.
oh my God,
Sounds
they're
predatory.
What's crazy is
We're
I feel
predators.
like if we keep going down this rabbit hole, eventually Portillo would start to learn more, right?
Oh
No.
And then he would
No.
eventually.
Would he
I mean,
learn?
he's got my
No.
brain, right?
Does he?
I don't know.
So do we have the dog's brain then? So we're
I love
forgetting
these
everything?
No, I think you got. I think you got to have.
We're
you have
shorting
human
out. There's
brain.
smoke pouring out of our head as we try to figure things out.
But like at some point in this story, if we were writing this as a movie, he would have to find love. Like a rich heiress that was like, he's so perfect, like he never talks, and he just wants to be by my side all the time, and he gives me the love my first husband never gave me. So I'm just gonna marry him and make him like and he can carry stuff because Portillo can
He's
do like
loyal.
rudimentary things, right? And like
No,
everything
he can't
does,
carry things. He's not a biped.
can
Plus,
figure it
he's
out.
shitting and pissing all over the place.
Yeah, but he'll figure it out.
No, he won't.
Well, you
don't
train
think so?
a dog.
I've only seen Portillo figure one thing out in my I've known Portillo for a long time, right? There's only one thing I've ever actively seen him learn. He's not learned anything since I've known him over these years, except that he now thinks that boxes on this table are bark boxes.
Oh, that's great.
Which proved to me beyond a shadow of a doubt that he has the capability of learning. He just won't learn. He'll
Right.
bark at that. He'll bark at that buzzer for the rest of his life.
Well, the buzzer's terrifying. It comes out of nowhere.
Yeah, but eventually he must know that I yell at him every time and he just doesn't. It just doesn't compute. But that fucking bark box, that computed.
That's,
he freaks out when there's a box on this table. It has nothing to do with him. So he has the
That's classic conditioning, though.
He can
It's
learn.
classic conditioning. That's all it is.
It is conditioned, but again, it's not because that is, but it's not that
There's
he
no
can be conditioned.
consistency.
Yeah, there's no conditioning consistency at all because
Oh,
he
okay.
literally doesn't learn anything else. He'll bark at that fucking door forever. I've said it before. I've lived with dogs that totally didn't freak out when things happened. Like you can teach them, he just won't learn because he's too old and too dumb.
Yep.
But he's not dumb enough to know that the bark box is a thing that comes and he has toys in it. He remembers this.
That's what I'm saying.
That's
He
all
could-
he thinks about.
I'm saying if he knows that, he could evolve to a place or learn to a place where he could carry some rich heiress's bags. Because if he was in my body, he'd be like, I mean, let's be honest. Well, maybe
Being
just
honest.
Tim's body. He'd be like, women would be like, well, let's just keep him around because he's cute, right?
So
And he would just carry stuff, and that'd be it. He'd be
Red
fine.
so
Rocket.
I end up with like Paris Hilton. Is that what you're
No,
talking
more like
awesome.
like an old woman, like 80s.
Oh, okay.
Oh my God.
But she leaves
Like
it
a
in
boy toy. Is that what it is?
like
Well,
70s.
this isn't your body. The rhyme
Yeah,
and
what the hell
reason
do you
no
care?
longer-
You're in
yeah.
that dog.
You're in a dog's.
So here's
So
one
I'm
thing.
looking for some ladies to my tramps.
Yes.
Oh,
Are
That's
you?
correct.
I mean, hey, it's gonna reach a point where I'm like,
You don't even
Gotta
have
get it
balls
in.
though. You don't even have balls. Do you keep your sex drive and testosterone based on what you had here?
yeah,
Okay.
definitely.
I would just kill myself if that happened to me. I would make
How
sure,
long? How long do you give it?
I would just not eat. If I was
No,
in Portillo's body, I would just be like, no, I'm done. A hunger strike. Finish.
Hunger strike. Colin would go on a goddamn.
But I'm saying,
hunger
how long
strike.
do you give it before you throw in the towel? It's not immediate, right? You're gonna try
I would
to
be
find
curious
the
maybe a
sorcerer?
little bit, but I don't know. I mean, it was just like if I had to be this dog, it would be over. I couldn't
Can
do
I-
it because of how much ridicule I've placed on the dog. People would now place ridicule on me.
Can I just throw a couple things out that
Please.
are pro?
Throw me a bone,
Being
as
the
it
dog.
Yes.
One, you can go to the bathroom anywhere you want. That's a
Right.
very liberating thing. It would be interesting just to stay alive long enough to be able to explore that a little bit. Just to go out into that park and just drop a deuce wherever you wanted to, right? Kind of fascinating a little bit.
Goldgate Park?
Yeah.
Okay, you haven't lived in San Francisco long enough, Nick. You can do that.
No, bums can do that. If you
Well,
if
you
you
already
hit
got
that
the
level of
beard.
heroin use, you can shit wherever you want. And you're
Yeah,
totally fine.
there's a consistent line on the y-axis between heroin use and shitting in public. There's a
it's
correlation
like
there.
the perfect 45-degree angle.
There's that, and there's just the fact that also everything tastes better. Everything like your sense of taste is amazing. So imagine what your sauce tastes like. Okay, you could make it though, huh?
No, I mean,
So
I would have opposable thumbs.
Smell,
See, this is
hearing?
this is the problem. I mean, the one thing that I would love to do if I was Portillo would be totally normal. Like, but everyone thinks like Portillo's just an idiot, right? So like, he's a lovable doof, but he's just a doof. He just sits on Greg's lap all day like he's Mr. Bigglesworth, and it's not telling Greg. Any lap will do. Like for Portillo, like there's not even like he's most loyal to Greg, but literally any lap will do.
Yeah, happened.
So it's not even like he's that fiercely loyal. What I would love to do is to be just Portillo, but like the door, like the buzzer, and you just like
Whatever.
you know, like
Can
someone.
you imagine calling Portillo? The buzzer goes off and he just looks at you and he just gives you that look like, yeah, Greg, what?
Yeah.
And there's something in his eyes for the first time ever.
or the like someone comes to the door and I just walk away.
You don't care.
That's when you would
It's not
know.
exciting.
That's when you know
But
something.
then ultimately you'd take me for a walk and I would just run into traffic,
Oh my god!
and that's how that would end.
So
Man.
morbid.
Here's what I'm afraid of in this scenario. If that
Yeah.
were me,
Yeah.
is like how you were saying about like the having his brain. Like, what if
You start
I would
losing stuff?
I would start losing my
Yeah.
my
Yeah.
humanity and I start becoming a dog.
Yeah, maybe it might happen. I mean,
Oh
it's
my
conceivable
God.
that might happen.
I don't
It's
like
also
that.
That'd be kinda
conceivable
cool,
that you
though.
might get smarter, and then you could take over the world. Because who would suspect a wiener dog? You'd only have 2 to 3 years
You're
left to do
left.
it.
Yeah,
Let's see.
lifespan.
Who would suspect this wiener dog to be able to take over the world? No.
No,
one believes
no one. Look at that thing. Look at him. He just stares at. Oh, he's staring at me.
His
No.
eyes are so.
What's
vacant.
funny is he doesn't even look at you most of the time. He just kind of looks a little bit past you.
It's because you're not even there in his mind. He's just thinking about the bark bite.
But I am an animated human being. I am a life form, and that shoe rack is more. It's like way more interesting to him than me.
He's used to. He doesn't get to see the shoe rack from this perspective all the time.
No, it's not the shoe rack. It's that
The
shoe-
goat?
The
The
goat.
goat.
The
The
goat.
goat.
He's
Yeah.
giving way
Okay.
too much credit. Portillo's blind as a bat. And,
does have
and
bad
he's
eyes.
really blind.
Is he?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So Nick,
But it's in the dark that
I
it
like your idea about the kibbles,
Yeah.
spelling stuff. But like, take that out of it. Like, you can't actually like write notes and you can't use all this like technology and stuff. You just need to do something like one of us. Like I like the Pit example of you playing as Pit in Smash Bros. That would tell us.
Yeah.
What would we do though? To be
Identify
like, all right,
ourselves?
yeah, that's definitely these people.
Turn on the Vita.
It's one of them.
Oh, I believe
That's
it's
a
either Colin or
50-50
Greg.
chance. If it was
Yeah.
us and there was Portillo, we found him playing a Vita, we're like, okay, it's either Greg or Colin.
Right.
It can
And then
be no one else in the entire
Test,
world.
test number 2 is you. After that, you're like, it's one of them.
Am I
put
playing Minecraft or a crazy JRPG?
I was gonna say put a bottle of bourbon down and a chicken wing down, which everyone goes for first. It's
He
like,
goes to?
okay, it's Greg.
All right,
It is
all right.
Greg or it is Colin.
Yeah, that's pretty good. I think for you, how we can tell it's you.
Yeah.
I
Like
don't
instantly
know.
put a Coca-Cola.
Oh,
shirt
no.
on.
Okay. If a girl walks by and that dog just goes, like, doesn't walk up to them, but just like double takes like 4 times, I'm like, that's Nick. I know that's Nick.
You got to get the full 360.
No, you double take so uniquely.
I do.
It is just such a,
It's unsubtle.
yeah.
As they say.
Unsubtle is one way to put it.
It's
Yeah.
unsubtle.
It's a work of God. What about me?
For
You'd be
you,
watching YouTube. If we came home, Portillo's watching
Yeah.
YouTube.
if we came home and all of a sudden
Oh, no,
Portillo
but you
had
can't.
a YouTube channel that had already subscribed to 15 other channels, I'd be like, this, it's got to
Yeah.
be
You
them.
can't watch
He's trying
YouTube,
to
Tim.
take a selfie.
Or it's like the camera's up and the iPhone's running and you're like pantomiming
Oh,
to
yeah.
a rap.
Oh, I
Like you're
that.
rapping something and we're like, is that the beat from like some I don't know, some cool rap. I don't know any hip hop songs.
It's good. You almost had it.
I almost had it.
But
Yeah.
but Tim though,
Almost
you
not.
can't watch YouTube though
Why?
because as a
Because
dog,
I'm a dog.
the dogs see so much faster with a I guess higher frame rate that the lines it just looks.
Do
blurry.
dogs see a higher frame rate?
I don't know. It's
Is
not
that
high. It's not a
confirmed?
high. I don't know if it's higher frame rate.
That
but
explains
they,
why Portillo likes
they-
Last of Us on running at 60 frames per
like
second.
if they
so
were
much more than I
seeing
do.
if they were seeing at a monitor, right? They don't see that image, that clear image. They see like a bunch of flashing images that are like really blurry. Like they can't.
Dogs
stand.
are stupid.
It's like do you know whenever you have like an old camera and you're filming a CRT TV?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
strong
That's-
hertz, right?
That's what dogs
That's
see?
what dogs see.
I'm going to trust you on this one. All right?
All right.
You earned
Lewis
that.
knows a lot
Alright.
about
Yeah.
dogs and their vision.
I don't know anything.
Dogs.
Yeah. So that's basically you would be so screwed. Basically, it's like
Bang.
it's like
Put on-
It's like a dog.
it's like whenever you have like this library, right? It's perfect, and it's like you have all this time in the world to read it, but
Break
then your
glasses.
glasses break.
Twilight Zone. Classic Twilight Zone.
Yes, that's exactly it.
Good topic.
No loyalty, my ass. Colin, look at him.
Well, I
Came
picked him
right
up and I
back
let
to
him
me.
walk over to you.
Came right back to me.
I'm not saying I said he's most loyal to you, but any lap will do. You know it's true.
If you're not around, I won't-
He falls in love
What,
with
I mean, what would you
everyone.
want him to do if he's not? He's a people person.
It's not to say that's not an order of operations. It's just to say that he would love anyone on death row, nonetheless. Or a corpse if he gets it on them.
Jesus.
If he could sit on them. All right.
Wow.
Good
Tim.
topic.
Yeah, it was a good topic.